It was obviously open training the other day, and I don't know, maybe it's my imagination. He seemed to have bulked up quite a lot. He looked strong and basic. Can you? Is that something that he wanted to do? Is that right? Does he?
Yeah, but especially the way he's been a transformation in his body. He's been so condensed the last 2-3 years of his career, and he hasn't had time to do that. And it was a window, and he really wanted to use it. And to be fair as well, that the staff, how they have explained the opportunity that is within, with his physique especially, to go to a different level, and the things that he can improve that are going to be, I think, detrimental for him to be even more effective as a player. He got on board with that. He started to work. He feels better. You can see his presence, and yeah, I think he destroyed every metric that they had in there for the last 10 years. So that's good news.
I think he's still your Premier League top scorer. There's obviously a lot to talk about striker this summer. How do you see his future? And he's always been an adaptable player, right?
Yeah.
Basically, is he still a striker? Is he more adaptable than that? What's his future?
Well, one of the biggest qualities for Sky is his versatility, but goal threat wherever he plays. And he's so intelligent. So, yeah, he will play as a 9, he will play as an attacking midfielder, and he's going to be super important for us as a team.
Yes, Sam? Hi, Mikel. You mentioned there with Kai that he destroyed every metric. What kind of metrics are you suggesting?
All of them. The power, acceleration, muscle mass, the way that he has increased certain capacities in his body, his agility, it's been incredible. So I was talking to the medical staff the other day, and they were talking that. But for someone that is not in the team to have that mindset, the only thing that he's done is just raise the standards in that building, because then the other ones that were injured were looking at him and say, I'm going to look bad if I don't do the same. So that's part of the culture, and very grateful, because when the players that not playing are doing that, it's just raising the bar for the next one to come. If he's not at that level, he's going to get exposed. So that will make us better.
You of course don't like talking about players that aren't already at your club, but going back to November, obviously you guys played Sporting Lisbon 5-1. What did you make of the performance of Victor Gyökeres on that week?
The direction of the question was good till the last part. That I cannot talk about any player. Yeah.
Thanks,
But it was a great performance from us. That's I can tell you.
We're really short time, sorry. We'll go to Jordan for minutes.
Eddie Howe spoke this morning saying how he's frustrated with the number of his players that are linked to other clubs, and he keeps reading about it. Is that just the game now? Is that what you have to deal with as a manager, that your players, if you're playing well, are linked elsewhere?
Well, it's part of, I think, where we are, and as well, I think the media and the news are so connected. The amount of messages, pictures that I get that you want this player or you're not using this player is incredible. But yeah, I think it's part of everything that we are here. It's part of the entertainment. I see my kids, and for next season they are already trading players with the games that they play and all that. I mean, it's also connected. We need to accept that, I think.
Are they giving you any advice?
Yeah, they give you a lot of advice.
And just because of how well Newcastle have done, obviously there are a lot of players in there that are linked to other clubs. Have they earned the right to fight to keep hold of those players because of where they are in the table?
I don't know. This is a question for Newcastle. I don't know.
Sam?
Okay. One of the very obvious strategic changes since you came in was signing players from within the Premier League. Arsenal have done that much more in the past 5 years than previous 5 years. Just wondered why that's such a part of the recruitment strategy here.
Well, to be fair, sometimes it's been a thoughtful decision, sometimes it's been an opportunity, sometimes it's been luck, I would say. But yeah, there is an element that understanding the league, having competed in the league, obviously brings the adaptation timing lower and the risk lower. The best thing is when you have talent in the building, because you know them already for many years, you just throw them in, you have seen them every day, and there is no adaptation. But sometimes the players have to be available, and as well, obviously, we know how much they cost those players, so we experience that.
I think it's probably a bit of English arrogance that we always say on the Premier League's the best in the world. It's where all the best players are the best teams. Do you agree with that? You've been here for so long. Do you look across Europe?
When I look at our league and here, for me, it's no question. It's the best league in the world. That's for me. I have experienced a few of them, and and the one that we have right now is incredibly exciting and good to work.
And finally, we'll go to Gary. Thanks, man.
Is it your sort of final say on whatever player comes through the door?
It's always a we. I think it's always a decision that all of us have to come together. Then, obviously, in certain aspects, the club, obviously, in the financial aspect, whether it's a strategy or this or that, they have a bigger say than me because I don't want to have an opinion on that. I will have probably a reference, but not a strong opinion when it's more technical or tactical aspects of how I think that play is going to now emerge and be cohesive with the group of players that we have and where I see him now developing and what we want to do next with another player. Of course, is more between the sporting director, in this case, Andrea, myself, and on the scouting department.
You only have a sort of whatever the budget is. You'll have the budget. Would you? Is it? I mean, someone like Declan, who obviously costs perhaps more than you intended, but has shown how good he is. Is that an example maybe of perhaps spending a little bit more to have and having fewer players who are the quality you want rather than kind of spreading yourself thin?
The thing is that the budget is like when you have your wedding. Did you plan your wedding with your wife and you give her a budget? And nevertheless, it's always more. You know, when you build a house, it's always more. I think normally this happens. So you prepare for different scenarios. Then, unfortunately, thing happens. Sometimes we want to play it, and suddenly we have an injury, or that player gets injured. It's so many variables that can happen. But yeah, there is a budget always. There is an idea what we can do, what we can improve, what the priorities are going to be, and then let's see if we can do it.
Okay, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Before we go, guys, we're just saying goodbye to one of our regulars that's moving.
Moving to Glasgow.